Hello, my name is Darkmoon Doll, and on Wednesdays, if I can remember what day it is, I do this show called Freeform Dreadlock Talk. Freeform Dreadlock Talk is a show where I share with you my adventure thus far with having freeform dreadlocks for 18 years. It'll be 19 years in just next month in July. So today I want to answer for you a question from a viewer, and I believe a subscriber as well. I wrote it down in my handy dandy notes. So the question is, separating and freeform locking. Should you do it? And if you separate, how do you do it? Okay, so first of all, I don't separate my locks, and that's what I term freeform dreadlocks as being. No manipulation, and manipulation to me represents separating them. Some people have different definitions of what freeform dreadlocks are, and that's just fine. That's cool. That's my definition of them. So I don't separate my locks, and you know why? Because I know that it can cause, for me, it could cause a lot of damage, more so than I want. And okay, let me explain that. Years and years ago, if you don't know, from the past videos on Freeform Dreadlock Talk, I talk about how I dyed my hair blonde several times with a very strong hair dye, and it dried it out completely. And this is in my journey of the Freeform Dreadlock walk on this path, you know, learning that those kind of chemicals are not good to put on my head. You know, and the result of that is years later, you know, I have locks at the ends that'll fall off. Like this right here, it's pretty weak. There was one that was on here. This one was on there and it came off because it's weak. It weakened it. So I just like to leave my hair alone and let it do what it needs to do. Right now with that one falling off like that at the end, it was really thin anyways. See, this is where it was attached. And it was very thin, so it was bound to like snap off. But what I'm saying to you guys is I don't separate my dreadlocks. I don't do any fancy updos and styles, because for me it just kind of it damages my hair. It's not good. You know, I want to have hair on my head. So if I do as little possible to my hair, then it becomes healthier, and it's already healthier. Now the hair that's going in, I mean, some people don't like to have dreadlocks this thick, this big, and you see how I've got little skinny ones too, but they're joining up with the big ones. I'll turn around here if you can see what's going on in the back here. But yeah, I got a lot of different little skinny ones and big thick ones. And I don't mind having them joined together. Now, if you wanted to separate your dreadlocks, go right ahead. A lot of people like to separate them when they're in the shower, when they're wet. And they're more pliable and stretchy, and you can just snap them apart carefully. I just don't want to do all that. The main reason why I decided to let my hair do its own thing is because I got tired of my hair falling out and it being unhealthy. You know, and I thought, well, what if I stopped doing all this stuff and just let it be, just let it do its own thing? And this is the result of it. And said, let me tell you, like, I've had my dreads for like 18 years, and these little bits and pieces from the damage of all the Bantu knots I did years ago, when I braided in French braids years ago, that manipulated it and twisted it into a way that it didn't want to be. Now that's just my hair personally. Maybe someone out there has the same experience, but that's what I've found, that like trying to braid it and do all this stuff to it, separate it, that's just wreaks havoc on my hair. So this is what happens when I just leave it alone. It just forms its own thing, you know. It's natural, it's organic, and that's the way I want to be. So, yeah. Okay, I hope that answered the question for you, subscriber. Also, like, the question about should you freeform, that's not a question that you can answer, that I can answer for you. You got to answer that for yourself, or even separating your dreadlocks. It's a matter of what you feel is right for you. Some people just don't want really thick locks. Some people find them really heavy. They dry too slow. All kinds of reasons why people think that they or just don't want to have thick dreadlocks. So I like them. My dreads dry really fast. I dry my hair out in the sun, and it's just fine, you know. So it works for me, but it may not work for everyone. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. If you have any questions about Freeform Dreadlocks, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for all the subscribers. Thank you for sharing my videos with your friends and family. I really appreciate it, and I will see you soon. If you want to follow me, you can find me on Twitter. It's www.twitter.com/darkmoondoll, and you can find me on Facebook at trina.sandras@facebook.com. And also, I have a blog that I write in occasionally about my Freeform dreadlocks, and that's www.dreadlocksjourney.blogspot.com. So, alrighty guys, I will see you soon. Just take care, get out in Mother Earth, get lots of sunshine, and love yourself. And that's how you have healthy hair, when you stop fussing with it. Alrighty guys, see you soon. Peace.